All right, what's up, boxing fans? It's Aztec 101. This is my post-fight review for the entire Queensberry versus Matchroom 5-on-5 card. This was a great event. Honestly, it delivered with entertainment value. From the first fight to the last fight, I had fun. So I had no complaints on this side. Now, I know a lot of people are upset with the price. You're already paying for a DAZN subscription, and then you have to pay on top of that. I think that's a discussion for another video because I do have a few things to say about that. I'm also subscribed to DAZN, and I hate that. I hate that. At the bottom of my heart, I fucking hate it. $65 fucking dollars to watch something that I'm already paying a subscription for. There should be some kind of discount, for subscribers, but that's my only complaint. Other than that, the card itself was a very good card. We didn't get the fight that we wanted with Bivol versus Better Beef, but Bivol versus Zanad was actually very fun to watch as long as it lasted. I'll go over that fight in a little bit. I'll start off with Willie Hutchinson versus Craig Richards. Honestly, this fight was a fight I wasn't very excited about. I wasn't looking forward to this one, and it still delivered. It delivered. I had a lot of fun watching it. There was a lot of action. Hutchinson was the stronger puncher, and his right hand was the money shot. Richards was tough. He proved that he was tough in the Bivol fight, and he proved it in this fight. He lasted all 12 rounds. He took a lot of damage in the 10th round. I was kind of thinking that this fight was close to being stopped, but he survived the 10th round, and ultimately he finished the fight. Willie Hutchinson won this fight by unanimous decision. Then we had Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball. This was actually a fight I was really looking forward to. Nick Ball set the pace early. We kind of expected that to happen. He was using his aggression, he was coming forward, and he was having success early on in the fight. I could tell that Raymond Ford was not really listening to his corner, but once he did, he started to pick up. At first he wasn't listening to the corner. The corner was kind of telling him, look, use your jab, move a little bit, use your angles, and eventually Raymond Ford started doing those things, and he had success, but Nick Ball was just applying constant pressure, and I think that just affected and turned over some close rounds that probably could have gone to Ford into Ball's favor. So one thing to notice though is that Nick Ball, he had to fight through adversity. His nose got busted up in the 7th round. So in the 7th round, Raymond Ford lands just a very solid punch right into the center of his face, and Nick Ball had to deal with a bloody nose for the rest of the fight, and he did pretty well with it, and I think it was a great shot. But these rounds were I could see why people thought Ford won. I wanted Ford to win. I predicted that he would win. But when I watched the fight, I had to give it to Nick Ball. And it's just 7-5 type of scoring. You know what I mean? So a draw or 7-5 the other way, I could see that. I could see somebody making an argument for that. I don't think this was a robbery. This is just a very close fight. And both of them took damage. Both of them look good. I'm kind of curious to know if they're going to be interested in doing a rematch, because I think there's value in the rematch. I'd watch it, personally. I'd watch the rematch. Hamza Shiraz versus Austin Williams. Now, this fight was really... I thought Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball was a good fight, but Hamza Shiraz and Austin Williams really took it up to the next level. This was an action-packed fight. Hamza Shiraz was actually took a really big shot from Williams. Williams landed this huge shot in the 2nd round and had Shiraz holding on for dear life. And I thought that was the direction that the fight was going to go. I was like, oh shit, Emma Williams is just going to continue pushing forward, continue being successful. Well, immediately in the third round, Shiraz, he returns the favor and cracks Williams and has him wobbled and stumbling. And I'm like, oh shit, we have a fucking fight here. And they both landed big punches, but it was just obvious that Shiraz's reach, his power, it was just too much for Williams. Williams had a hard time closing in. He was getting hit. He was getting hit up close. He was getting hit in mid-range. He was getting hit at a distance. He couldn't avoid it. And Shiraz has a really strong jab, so even the jabs were buzzing him and pushing him around. Williams was down in the 10th round, and then the fight was stopped in the 11th round. Very good fight, though. I want to see both of them again. I had a lot of fun with this one. This fight was a lot of fun. Dimitri Bivol versus Malik Zanad. Like I said, even with my prediction video, it was almost unnecessary. We all expected Dimitri Bivol to win. Congratulations, he got the KO. And he didn't really take too much damage. Malik Zanad, he was down in the first round, and I thought he was able to recover well. In the 6th round, Bivol lands some heavy shots. Heavy shots. And, the ref ends up having to stop the fight with 51 seconds left in the 6th round. Honestly, I think the fight could have probably continued going if they gave him a standing 8 count or allowed him to hold or try to get out of that situation. I think it could have continued, but at that point, I wasn't really mad with the stoppage. Fun fight. I want to see Malik Zanad fight someone else. I give him credit. He went in there. He had just fought last month. And then now he came in to fight Dimitri Bivol last minute. So, we got to give Zanad some credit and benefit of the doubt. This probably wasn't the best version of him. Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgović. Another great fight. Very competitive early on in the fight. There was a lot of back and forth action going on here. It wasn't, so much one-sided at all. With Filip Hrgović landing huge shots, though. Huge shots. You can see that Hrgović had worked on some of his combinations, because some of his combinations were sneaky. The punches seemed to be a little bit shorter, and they weren't as wild. He wasn't as sloppy as he was when he fought Zhang. So I think that helped him in this fight because he landed very clean punches. There were some nasty head clashes in this fight too. They were bumping heads, and all the head bumping was accidental, but still, I would imagine it would affect the fight. Hrgović was cut below the right eye. Dubois, he landed huge punches in the 7th round. By the end of the 7th round, you could tell that Hrgović was cut on both sides of his face. Both of his eyes were bleeding around the brow area. And, in the 8th round, he takes some punches, and the ref had to separate them and get the doctor involved, and eventually they stopped the fight in the 8th round. So now Dubois is the IBF interim champion. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the IBF, if the IBF is going to strip Usyk, and then are they going to give it straight to Dubois, or are they going to have him fight for a vacant title? I don't know exactly how that's going to work, because the IBF isn't really consistent with this. You have an instance with Boots, where Boots was given the title, and then now he's going to have a title defense with Crowley. While in this situation, it seems like they want to put this title up for grabs between, whoever was going to be the winner of Dubois versus Hrgović, and possibly have them fight, have the winner fight AJ. And so I don't know if this is going to be a vacant title that Dubois and AJ may fight for, or if Zhang is going to be involved. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but Daniel Dubois, now heavyweight IBF interim champion. Uh, Now the fight that everybody wants to talk about. This fight stole the show for as long as it lasted. This was honestly the shortest fight on the card. Zhang versus Deontay Wilder. Zhang started early, started beating up Wilder early in the second round. He had him in the corner. Wilder looked like he. There's sometimes we say the word, oh, a fighter doesn't have legs underneath him, you know, and it's a figure of speech, right? But Deontay Wilder literally does not have legs underneath him. Where did his legs go? Like, the size of his ankles and the size of his calves are the same size. Like, it's almost like he's all ankle. Like, from from hip to his foot, it's just one long ankle. And I don't know how he gets the power to throw that right hand. I mean, to be honest, in this fight, his right hand didn't really have that much of an effect on Zhang. He landed it a few times flush. Zhang ate it. There was one big shot where Zhang kind of stumbled back, and what's actually kind of interesting is that Wilder's kind of most effective right hand, if I'm not mistaken, landed early in the fifth round before he got stopped. And you know, now let's talk about how he got stopped. You know, he took a heavy shot, and then he spun around and then took another heavy shot. I'm just wondering what was probably going through his head. It probably felt like deja vu, you know, like you get hit once and then you get hit again, and then he's probably like, did I not just get hit? Why am I getting hit again? The way he looked at the ref, like the ref hit him. Wilder has the worst knockouts, man. I mean, the way he reacts to punches is way over exaggerated. Honestly, I thought he was going to do better. And I did not expect him to use the spin move that he's been practicing. He used it at the wrong time. That's what happened. He used the right move at the wrong time. I don't know why they've been training that. Honestly, I blame the fact that he fired his coach. He fired Breland. He fired his original trainer. He went to Malik Scott. Malik kind of ruined him. Started teaching him unnecessary shit. And Deontay Wilder just has not looked good at all recently, or ever since he's been with Malik Scott. Wilder had said he's going to retire. I think that's a very good idea, is to retire. I thought it was crazy that he was, you know, kind of arguing against, you know, the stoppage. And I'm like, when he watches the replay, hopefully he understands why the fight was stopped. There was no reason to continue. He could have gotten killed, to be honest. Deontay Wilder, I think that he's given us a great performance. Again, like I said, I wanted him to win. I wanted to feel that same feeling I got when I used to watch Wilder, where it was like, oh shit, something's big about to happen, you know? Now I feel that, but I think, like, it's almost like, is he gonna die in this fight? Is this the fight where he gets put in a coma? Like, and that's not fun to watch, man. You know, he's a walking dead man now. Whenever he goes into the ring against any of the top heavyweights, I don't want to see him against Andy Ruiz. Thank God that was not Andy Ruiz. Thank God that was not AJ. This could have been a lot worse, but still, it was bad. It was very bad. Tough night for Matchroom. Every single fight that was part of the tournament, Eddie Hearn lost. Matchroom lost. But the one fight that didn't count towards the tournament is the one fight that he won. So congratulations to Bivol for, at least getting his win in. And hopefully Bivol versus Better Beef happens this year. I want to see it at the end of the year. I'm hearing rumors that I think I was hearing around November or December. If we get it this year, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. You guys leave a comment. Let me know. Tell me what you think. What did you think about the fight? This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.